Yeah. Hello, everyone. First of all, I would like to give my appreciation to Hyperledger India chapter for organizing this awesome e-meetup. It was really nice of the organizers to put efforts on creating posters and whatnot to promote their speakers. So yeah, thank you for that. So yeah, I'm going to talk about iState. You might have noticed that I've changed the topic from 7x quicker rich queries to 20x. I will talk about it in the later part of the session. Myself, I'm Prashant. I'm a blockchain enthusiast. I like Golang. Golang is my code language. I've been working in Hyperledger Fabric for about 2 years now. Motorek is a blockchain-based startup that has been active for about a year now. I'm a founder, leading product development, blockchain, and R&D. iState is our first open source project. While starting, our primary focus was on Medisort, which is a blockchain-based interoperable platform for healthcare sector. So we used Hyperledger Fabric as our blockchain framework, of course, because it had all the qualities that we needed for the solution. We have solved several problems along the way, be it business or technical. Um, my colleague, Dr. Rajesh Sharma, who's an ISB alumni, will talk more on that front in one of the further upcoming sessions on how we are productizing blockchain in Motoric. So let's talk about iState. iState is an importable open source package for Hyperledger Fabric Golang chain code. So with iState, we are not able to perform rich queries over LevelDB, where previously we could do rich queries only if we used CouchDB. We all know that LevelDB is superior with its write performance, and so is about 30% faster than CouchDB. And for Medisort, we wanted to exploit the full potential of what Hyperledger Fabric has to offer us. So we went for LevelDB, of course, but we also needed to perform. We also needed to be able to perform rich queries for healthcare analytics, and so we decided to develop iState. So when we thought first of doing queries over LevelDB, the first thing that came to our minds, of course, is the composite keys. But there were limitations in that. One being composite keys does not support true rich queries. That is, relational operations such as greater than, less than, greater than equal to, or less than equal to is not possible. Only match only queries were possible. And even in that match only queries, there were problems. For example, if you see this structure here, I have three fields, field one, field two, and field three. And I have loaded these fields with the data value one, value two, and value three. If I generate composite keys out of this structure, I would do something like this in the picture bottom. At the bottom. So field one, field two, field three being the composite index, and val1, val2, val3 being the values of those respective fields. So if I want to perform a query on field one in this setup, I do something like this. I will use the getState by partial composite key API provided by Hyperledger Fabric. And the first parameter is the composite index, which I showed field one, field two, field three. And I'm putting in the query value in the first position of the second parameter here, because we are querying for the field one. So this has to be in the first position. So this will work fine. This works fine. This will return as the expected query, and it all goes well. But if I want to query field three, then I cannot do something like this, where I have left two empty values in the first and second position and has given the value three in the third position, because field three is what I'm actually willing to query. But if I send this input to this API, it means that I'm saying field one must be empty string, field two must be empty string, and field three must be having value three. So I don't want that. I just want to query for field three. I don't want to query field one and field two in this case. It is not possible in that. To solve that, we can do something like this, where we can generate multiple composite keys for a single structure. And here in this case, I have generated a composite key for each and every field in my structure. And here, if I want to uh, query field three, I would just choose the third composite key and I will query on that. It will just work fine. It will work fine. It will give me the query results that I want. But still, it is not flexible enough. It does not support relational queries. It does not support true rich queries. So that was a barrier for us. With iState, we can actually perform rich queries just like CouchDB does. We can do relational operations and we can do it to the full extent. And iState is pretty easy to use. You just have to download the package from GitHub and import it in your code and start using it right away. And interestingly, it is faster than CouchDB's indexing mechanism. So when technically when we are talking about iState, it is one of the indexing mechanisms. So it is only fair to compare CouchDB when it has its index enabled. And when we studied iState's performance at the first, we did it with a local machine which had HDD running on it instead of SSD. HDD is the hard disk drive, right? So there, iState was performing 7 times faster than CouchDB. Recently, we actually tested iState with one of the AWS servers, which obviously has SSD in it. And there, in that case, iState was actually performing around 20 times faster than CouchDB's indexing mechanism. So I will actually show this performance in a demo that I'll do in a while. This is the old performance chart. The first column is the case, best case, worst case, and average case. Best case is when the query matches a single record out of the total number of records that are present in the database. Average case is when the query matches 500 records out of the total number of records in the database. And worst case is when the query matches all the records in the database. If you compare these two columns, CouchDB plus index and LevelDB plus iState, you could almost always see that LevelDB is 7 times faster than CouchDB, except for the best case in which anyways both were performing quite fast. So I have prepared a small setup to demonstrate the performance of iState, and it includes two AWS EC2 instances, specifically C5 large instance. One is running the setup LevelDB plus iState, and another one is running CouchDB. They both are run on a single peer blockchain network, obviously Apache Fabric. And the chain code was written in Golang. And I've used Node SDK for the SDK layer. I've actually loaded about 1.1 million identical records to both these setups. I can actually show you that. So this is the CouchDB's Photon interface that is running on one of the servers. And as you can see, I have little over about 1.1 million records, and I've loaded the same set of data in LevelDB setup as well. So to communicate with blockchain, I will be sending HTTP request to the Express server that is also present in both the servers. If I want to use LevelDB setup, I will use the respective Express server or respective IP address and use it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to first send query to CouchDB, particularly to return a set of records, say about 10,000 records. And I will record the latency of that. Then I will send a similar query to the iState and LevelDB setup and record the latency of that as well. Finally, I will try to calculate the performance difference of both these setups. I will use Postman app to send requests and receive response to these servers. So this is the CouchDB server that I'm going to talk to now. This is the query that you're seeing. I'm going to query the field and int, and I want the number to be 10,000 because that is the format how I loaded the data. If I give 10,000, it will return me about 10,000 records. So I'm sending in the query. Yeah, so I've got a lot of data in the results. The count field here represents the total number of records that has returned in this query. And as you can see, this is 10,001 records. So this query worked correctly. And there is this time field. I'm actually recording the latency of the response at the SDK layer itself instead of using the time provided in the Postman collection, Postman app, to eliminate the possibility of my internet being a bottleneck in this measurement. So we can see that CouchDB has returned this 10,000 records in about 3.2 seconds. Let's hit it a couple of times to reliably measure the performance. 3.2. 3.2. Yeah, I will note that down. 3.2 seconds. Now I'm going to send a similar query to this iState setup. So by the way, this is our query language. As you could see, this is very similar to a JSON structure, and it is very similar to the query that you do in CouchDB. So I'm going to again query the same field for this value 10,000. Okay, I got the results. Yeah, and count is 10,001, so it's working correctly. And time is about 0.148, which is about 148 milliseconds. Let's also hit it a couple of times. 200, 140. So our best case was 140, which is about 0.142 seconds. So if we divide these values, we could see that iState is performing about 22 times faster than CouchDB in this case. Let's do one thing. Let's actually request for even higher number of data. Let's query for 50,000 records. I'm going to query the CouchDB now. So by the way, I want to show you that I have activated index in CouchDB as well. I have activated index for an field in this CouchDB as well. So CouchDB is performing at its full potential, and we have received the response in about 16 seconds. Let's note it down. Now I'm going to do the same with iState, 50,000 records. Okay, I got the result in about 700 milliseconds. Let's also calculate the performance difference in this one. So yeah, again, it is a little over 20 times. So iState is performing consistently. Even if the data match is higher in number, it is performing consistently about 20 times faster than CouchDB's indexing mechanism. So back to the presentation. These are the features that iState has to offer. It actually has an inbuilt caching mechanism in it, which is partly responsible for the performance that it is pulling out. And you don't have to worry about cache consistency at all, because it is taking care of iState as well. So whenever you send a query to iState, you are assured that you get the latest record and the correct record. So even if you have a multi-pair setup, you are assured to get that. So if you're interested in using iState in your projects, you could just go to the GitHub page and look for the README document. It has all the information about how you could use iState in your projects. It has code examples. And in this particular one, I'm formulating a query string, and I'm just passing the query string in the query function of the iState package. And one thing to note is that this function will return the result which is already in the structure which you expect. You would have had a structure for your data while storing, and it will already be on the structure. You don't have to unmarshal it or anything. You just have to type assert it and use it right away for any of your logics. So yeah, it has an extensive list of all the possible query syntaxes that you could use with iState, be it a string field, a slice, an array, a map, all sorts of thing is possible with iState. You could also do something like complex queries, like in this example below, where you could combine two or more queries, two or more primitive queries with a conditional operator and or, and it will work and return the results as you expect. So I'll actually show you an example of this complex query. So again, I'm going to query for this anint field, and I'm saying that I want the value to be less than 100 or equal to 10. It is obviously returning the result. So even after reading the document, if you have any trouble in using iState in your projects, you can feel free to reach out to us. You can also reach out to me. I would be very happy to help. If you are interested in contributing, if you have anything in your mind, any idea that any feature enhancement, or even if you find any issue in the current implementation, you can just open an issue in the GitHub page directly, or you could also contact me. We would very much appreciate your contributions. And people have given support for iState. The first week of release, we got about 1,000 clones of the iState. So thank you for that. And if you want to collaborate with Motorec, feel free to reach out to us. We are very open in listening to ideas and bringing innovation to the IT space. So if you want to understand how iState works internally, you could go to the GitHub page and find this link. Follow the discussion on internal working mechanisms in Hyperledger lists. So there we would have discussed about some of the implementation of iState. These are my contacts, and on the bottom left corner, that is the URL of the iState package itself. Yeah, so that will be the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. I'm ready to answer your questions if you have any.
Yeah, thank you, Prasanth. It was great. Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So there are a couple of questions like, did you try for this invoke transactions or just for the richer queries only?
Yes, I have. So I had to load the data into the database first for querying, right? So I obviously had invoked it, and I did it transaction by transaction basis only, instead of bulk upload. And I did not see a hiccup in the write transactions. It was working smooth.
No, I mean like suppose any improvement in the invoke transaction using the iStep.
No, there is no improvement as of such, but it does not
Okay,
affect the performance.
okay, okay. And next one about the is available for the Node.js chain code or just for the Golang only?
Currently, it is only available for Go chain code. We would need support from the contributors to make it available for multi-language support.
Okay, so even I gone through your discussion with the Gary and the different contributors in the Fabric, and it was awesome. It's
Thank you.
very
Thank
well,
you.
yeah, it's very well understand how
Thank you,
you want to do
Kamlesh.
it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think there is a you can check any questions available in the
Yes, I could not. I'm having actually trouble seeing. I don't see
so
any question in
yeah,
given.
I think do you have any benchmark with respect to write someone from the location?
Yes, we have actually tested Medisort, which is our first product. We had actually tested with one of the AWS servers, which had 12 cores. I don't remember the exact setup of that. We were able to achieve little more than 1,000 transactions per second in that test.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Kamlesh. Thank you,
Yeah.
Hyperledger India, for
Okay.
having me.
Yeah, over to your own for the next topic.